Hi everyone, in a video that went live on my channel a few weeks ago, I showed you how to make a shaped card using the Canvas workspace and the scan and cut. I know a few people have got the Loklik cutter as a result of me doing the unboxing of mine. And I know that some of you have also got it as a Christmas present because you've left me messages to say so. So I thought I would recreate that card but using the Loklik software, because the Loklik cutter can cut and draw the same as the scan and cut. So I've got my Loklik Idea Studio software open here on my desktop, and I just thought I would quickly try and recreate that card. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up to the text icon, select the text icon, and then left click on the page and you get the Loklik text box. I'm going to type 2024 and then just click anywhere on the page to select it. I'm going to go over to the properties box, come down to where it says font, and I'm going to go to system fonts, and I'm going to try and find that same font that I used for the scan and cut canvas video, and there it is, Thick Jungle. All the links to the fonts I'm using will be listed under the video. They'll also be in the accompanying blog post over on my website, and they're also in the previous scan and cut video as well. So now I'm going to change the size. So I'm coming over here to size, and the aspect ratio is locked. Now, I can't remember whether I think I might have had it unlocked in Canvas Workspace, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to change the width to 6 inches and hit enter. And I am going to unlock the aspect ratio, and I'm going to make this bigger for now. Obviously, the height of this is showing us 3.5, but that's because the bounding box is being measured, and the bounding box is not actually touching the numbers. So normally in Canvas Workspace we would normally hit weld or do something. So I'm going to try it in here and see what happens. So I'm going to come up to, with the number selected, I'm going to come up to the top of the page and I'm going to hit unite and see if that changes it, and it doesn't. So let's see if there's anything else I can do to it. Can't see readily how I can make the bounding box go directly round the number. I know there will be a way. Let's see if it's, let's group it. No, that's not done anything, so I'm going to ungroup it. Okay, I'm going to leave it as it is for now. So I'm going to come up to the top of the page where the offset icon is, and I'm going to take the offset up to 4. I'm going to leave it on rounded because the numbers are more rounded, and I'm going to say confirm. So now I'm going to left click and drag. So there's my original number, and here is my offset layer. I'm going to select it all, right click and make it a group. And then I'm going to come back over to the properties box, and the properties are not appearing. So let me ungroup it and see what happens. So now the properties box appears. So let's see if I can unite it, and let's see if it appears now. Okay, so if you, instead of grouping, if you select the 4 individual numbers and use unite, you'll get the properties box. I'm going to look at the size, and it's 5.9 inches wide. So now I'm going to come up to shapes. I'm going to choose the rectangle box, and I'm going to draw out a rectangle that's 5.9 inches wide. You can see it here. And because I've got the maintain aspect ratio unlocked, I'm going to choose the height and make it 1 inch. And then this, I'm going to bring down here. I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to align them centrally to each other. Now I'm just going to choose the rectangle and go to the properties, and I'm just going to make it red in the hope that you can see it. And then I'm going to come to the layers panel and I'm going to move it down so it's behind the numbers so I can see how much it's overlapping. I'm going to select both and hit unite, which basically is weld. You'll now see it's all turned one colour. At this stage, I just want to make sure that the numbers are still going to fit on the offset. So I'm going to come to the layers panel and drag the text up to bring it to the front and just make sure that they will all still sit on there nicely, and they do. So I'm going to put them on one side. So now I'm going to choose the welded shape. I'm going to right click, say copy, and right click and say paste. I thought I'd not got one, but there I have. So I've got my original and then I've got my copy. From here, I'm going to flip this vertically so it's upside down. And then again, I'm just going to drag it down and I'm going to overlap it. Now, let me see if we can turn the fill off on one of them. And I'll just put 0.1 in the weight, just so I can see the line. I just want to see how much they overlap. So I only want them to overlap ever so slightly. And they look as though they are. So now I'm going to select both of these and hit unite or weld. Now again, I'm going to come to the properties box. In the under stroke, in the weight, I'm going to say 0.1, just so I get the outline so I can see where they're overlapping. I can see that they're all overlapping because they're joined in the middle. So I can turn the stroke off, and now I've got the base card. Let's go back to the layers and take the black layer to the top, and that's going to sit on there. So that's the base card that you'll fold in half, and you've got your numbers. So now I'm just going to put these on one side. I'm going to come back to the top of the page, to the text icon, left click on the page to get the Loklik text, and I'm going to write Happy New Year. And then with it selected, I'm going to come to the properties box. And then this time under where it says font, I'm going to come back to system fonts, and I'm going to scroll down and find Rainy Winter. And again, under the stroke, I'm going to say 0.01 and enter. And that way I can now see the font. The font is a single stroke font, so it wouldn't show up until I put 0.01 in the weight under the stroke. So from here now, I'm going to, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm going to drag this down and put it on the front of the card to see how it's going to look. And then again, just with the Happy New Year selected, I'm going to come to the properties box. It's telling me it's about 3.7 inches wide and it's ½ an inch high. I think I made the other one that I did in Canvas Workspace ½ an inch high. And that, you know, looks all right to me there. So from here, I'm going to put the base card over here. I'm going to put the numbers down in the bottom, and then the Happy New Year, I'm going to move up to the top of the page. So if you want to save this into your Loklik library, you come up to the top of the page to where the save disk is. This will bring up your save image dialog box. I'm going to make a new folder. So I'm going to click the plus icon. That's going to give me a new folder. I'm going to call it Shaped Cards and hit enter or return on my keyboard. Now I'm going to choose that folder And then down here under file, I'm going to say 2024 card. It will save it as an SVG, and I'm going to hit save. So from here, all as you would do is connect your device via Bluetooth. Here, mine's not connected at the moment. And then you would choose the base card, and you would click under the materials box here and choose whatever you're using. So cardstock, you want your 60-degree blade, and it sets the force and the speed for you. You don't need to mirror it, and you would just say cut. Then when you get to the wanting to draw, I would leave this on the mat and not move it. And then this time you would change under where it says parameters, you would change the blade to the pen. There doesn't appear to be anything in here where you choose the pen. So you would just send it to cut, but because you've chosen the pen, it should draw the words on here for you. Then once that's done, you would come back to your numbers, change this back to a blade, and whatever you're cutting it in, choose your media and choose cut again. And then I'm just going to close this down, and then all as you would need to do would be assemble it as I showed you how to do it in the Canvas Workspace video. So I hope you found that helpful for anybody that bought the Loklik cutter or for anybody that's got it for Christmas. I am going to be doing more videos on this machine, you know, as well as my usual regular ones with the scan and cut. I have got a specific Loklik playlist on my channel. So if you go to the homepage of my channel and click on videos or playlists, you should find the playlist for Loklik, and all these videos will be in there. So please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.